Hey, and welcome back to E's Bookshelf. This is a podcast about my bookshelf, which includes historical fiction, realistic fiction, science fiction, fantasy, and mystery books. I'm your host, Alicia Driver. So in today's episode, I'll be discussing the book The Woman in Red by Diana Giovinazzo. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, but it will be in the description. So, this book takes place in the 1800s in Brazil. Ana is a young woman who believes strongly in the equal treatment of others regardless of gender. When she was 14, her father passed away, and she had an incident with a man attempting to take advantage of her due to the fact that she no longer had a father to protect her. Remember, she's 14. Her whole life she was taught, as a woman she shall not talk back, and nevertheless, she gets revenge on the man who harassed her. So, years later, she is married off to a man that she does not love, nor even like. And this book shows how women were viewed in the past, especially in the 1800s. She was nothing without a father and without a husband, and she was taught that her only purpose was to marry and produce children. So, she stayed married to an awful, irresponsible alcoholic for 3 years. One day, he raises his hand to her, and she doesn't even flinch. She doesn't care. He storms out of the room, and then she packs a bag and leaves the apartment, and she doesn't look back. We also get a glimpse of the Brazilian economy and politics during this time. So, 4 years later, she's in a new city with a new life, and she presents the best and most accurate representation of love at first sight when she meets a man. She does not know what it is about him that's drawing her in. Considering how much she loves to be alone, it's unusual for her to crave someone else's presence this much. The chemistry is surely there. She figures out that she is still technically married because she never went through the process of a divorce. So this man, the love at first sight one, he asks her many questions, but most importantly, he asks her what she wants in life. Freedom. And you. She is now working as a nurse, and Jose, her boyfriend, this is the man, is a captain, a pirate, more or less. This book is filled with so much passion, it reminded me why I love to read. Once word about her relationship spread throughout the town, she loses her job as a nurse. And Jose has to go fight in a war, but Ana refuses to be left behind. They come to an agreement that Ana will go with them as long as she agrees to follow every order of the captain, Jose. She's the only woman on the ship. Even the other men don't approve. But anyways, they go about their lives, and during one battle, half of the men on the ship die. This book goes into the psychological aspects of facing death, and Ana does not fight in the war. She tends to those who are injured instead. She soon learns that she is with child. However, she does not feel the same as she thinks she should feel. At least what she's told that she should feel. At 8 months, she becomes a prisoner of war. Only she's treated very well, partially due to her condition and partially due to the tales that have been told about her. Rumor has it that she fought off many men throughout the wars, and some even suspect that she is a goddess. Other tales were told about why she left her husband to be with a pirate, and many are inaccurate, which happens with rumors. And so the people who kidnap her, they tell her that her husband is dead, and they provide his clothing to prove their statement, and Ana does not believe them. So she's placed in a prison cell, and one night when her guard was sleeping, she escapes. She finds a cottage with two very hospitable women, and these women, they hate what the Imperial Army has done to them. They let her take shelter, and they feed her, and they even give her a horse. They claim that they would rather have her take the horse than have the Imperial Army take the horse. The army has already taken everything from them, Yet they still refuse to leave because that is their home. So she takes the horse and she begins to search. Remember, she's pregnant during this. As she grows tired, she lays down for a rest, only to be awakened by a man who was on the ship with her. He takes her back to Jose. Jose is thinking about going back to Italy, his home. And Anna gives birth to a baby boy, and they name him Menotti? I'm not sure how to pronounce it, after Jose's tutor. So soon, danger comes their way, and they have to leave their home. They travel for 9 days to Sao Gabriel, with many struggles along the way, and they decide that it's best for them to move to Italy. Jose gets a job as a math teacher, and Anna meets some new friends, and she tells them how Jose and her are not technically married because she never got a divorce from her first husband. She simply ran away. Her friend explains to her how it's best for the child if they were to get married. And with the help of her friend, they pull a few strings in the church by saying that her first husband is dead. So, Jose and Anna, they get married, and Jose sails away to assist his former shipmates during a war. And during this war, we see what it's like for the wives left at home. Anna soon discovers that she is pregnant again, and Jose arrives home, and Anna is 19 weeks pregnant. Before they know it, Anna gives birth to a healthy baby girl, and they name her Rosita. A couple years pass, and Rosita is able to talk, and Anna is pregnant again. Another baby girl is born. This one they named Tresita. And one day, everyone in their house becomes terribly sick. Anna wakes up in the hospital only to hear terrible news. Rosita did not make it. Anna gets pregnant again. Jose wants to take the whole family on an adventure, and he wants to be able to protect them all the time. They go on a ship with Jose, and their little boy is thrilled. He gets to pretend to steer the ship, and Jose endures some pretty gruesome battles. They find a new home, and they settle down, and they try to blend in. That life doesn't last very long. Jose receives orders that they must go to Montevideo, and Anna is 37 weeks pregnant now. She gives birth to a baby boy, and they name him Ricciotti? It's Ricciotti. Not sure how to pronounce it, but you get the point. So they decide to move to Italy again. Only this time, they're living in complete luxury. Jose continues his political business while Anna takes care of the kids and makes new friends in their new home. And Anna and Jose decide to write letters to each other during this time, and when he arrives home, they decide to move to Jose's childhood home in Niza, where they would stay with his mother while he and his troops rest. Anna and Jose's mother do not get along. Typical. Anna remains peaceful. However, as soon as they get settled down in their new home, Anna finds out she is pregnant again. She starts to grow homesick, and Jose is ill. Jose gets back on his feet and he continues his duty, and Anna is about to give birth any day. The story ends with Anna's last words being, "Take care of our children." Jose is an old man now. Their oldest son is following in his father's footsteps. And this book just contains so much passion, family drama, war, political issues. And as a young woman who has heard many of the same sexist phrases Anna heard, it really shows how many others, including fictional characters, feel the same way. I just love the constant adventure, the amount of love and passion, and the characters felt so real because they had a lot of real issues. I really like how I'm able to relate to this character because, one, I'm a woman and I've heard similar things, and two, this girl has a love of adventure that is oftentimes suppressed. Anyone who personally knows me knows that I love to travel. It's the biggest thing I look forward to, and I try to always have a flight booked. And I really like how this book got deep into the culture of the different countries as compared to just imagining it from a tourist's point of view. And this is another reason I love to read, because it gives you the ability to travel without actually leaving. Although leaving is great, but reading for me is like traveling when I'm not traveling, if you get what I mean. It's like all I want to do is travel. Like, I want to meet new people, learn new cultures, try new foods, and see this beautiful earth that we call home. Like, that's all I want. But I do wonder if Jose ever had a memorial for Anna, because they don't talk about that in the book. At least, I don't remember that. Or if Anna's family in Brazil ever finds out about her passing. You know, like... Or I also wonder if, like, the people who were creating stories about Anna, like, I wonder if they, like, do they keep doing that after she passes? Or do they just, like, simply forget about it and then just, like, let her be a legend? And I also kind of wonder, like, at least from, like, the author's perspective, I wonder if, like, Anna dies with her heart full and her soul warm. These are just questions that came to my head. I haven't met this author yet, and I haven't talked to her. The author is Italian, but she's from New York, and I realized that earlier in this podcast I said that Anna wasn't married off at 14, but she was. I just remembered. Yeah, but I guess during those times things were different. So I also looked at the author's blog, and she has another book called Antoinette's Sister. I haven't read this one, but it takes place in Europe, and it seems to have a lot of the same qualities that this book has. But anyways, I would highly recommend The Woman in Red to anyone who loves to travel or loves adventure and romance. This book does contain a lot of sexual scenes, so just a warning. And if you want to ask any questions on a future podcast, you can message me at aliciadriver@gmail.com, and that's ELLYSIADRIVER@gmail.com. Or you can follow me on Instagram at Alicia Driver, and next time I'll be back with How to Save a Life by Liz Fenton and Lisa Steineck. This is a twist on Groundhog Day, and it has a lot of character development and a lot of important life lessons. Also, go check out Beyond the Book with Julie on YouTube for author interviews. She was the one who recommended The Woman in Red to me. And also follow her on Instagram at The Julie Chan Show. So until next time, bye.